Greetings, AutoCAD, Lisp, specifically Xdata enthusiasts. I am going to take a walk back in time and try to go over in broad strokes this application's intent. So the overview here is that it's an application to write Xdata on a registered app called SpaceTag, and to discover all the other registered apps in the drawing file that's opened. So it runs in concert with Microsoft Access tables that you can see screen right. You can pick whatever database you want. The main thing is that they export their tabular data in the format that you see screen right. Again, in the notepad, you can see up in the File Explorer that the text file, export file floor level type is open, and that is a list of the floors that get populated in the application, the SpaceTag application floor category, and there's a pull down that corresponds to that. So these should have been populated in the same order as they were exported from the database in through that text file. So that populates all those text files that you see in the File Explorer, populate this portion of the SpaceTag Xdata read-write. The first screen that comes up is a little explanation of how the application works, and all the registered applications will show up in here, and I'm not quite sure if this first screen doesn't show anything or that there is no Xdata on it. I'm not sure. So anyways, you can check this, it says. I'm not sure what that thing does because it's been 12 years since I've looked at this, and I know it wasn't ready for prime time. So anyways, this does a pretty good job. The text over here in the text box does a pretty good job of it, kind of explaining things. These will be the various, I think, means that AutoCAD accepts Xdata on, and what was that? A type. You have to search by type or set by type. So that's what the radio array, I think, arranges. Oh, the associative code, yeah. So that's what that arranges. Down here will be your add, edit, delete the Xdata. You can do it on the entire drawing, or you can do it object per object, or on all objects. So you can play around with that. The information it provides about the entity we selected, which is a polyline, it's got its handle. It gives you some stats on area. That might be useful for CAFM if you're defining an area. And again, I'm 12 years old. This stuff has probably already been done, but I did see that there was a call out for any Xdata apps that old and new that people might have, and so I'm going to put this up on the AutoCAD customization forum and let you wizards have at it, or dust it off and delete it. I don't know, but I'm done with it. So anyways, if you want to write SpaceTag, and this application, this Lisp routine only writes for SpaceTag, that's what you would do. Now, you would probably write it down here, but I'm going to get out of this first order of business and see if we could get into another entity and see what's going on with it. So we've done so. We'll shoot up here to this corner. All right, so this corner, or that object, has registered apps on it, Xdata apps on it, mouse, space tag, and rabbit. Now you can, if you want to just look at mouse, I think you do that. And that's what it gives you in terms of the ability to, this is the Xdata that you can attach. And so that's what's been attached to that under the mouse registered app. Now you can also go over here and, oh, how does that work? Okay, so maybe that's why if you do it this way, there it is. So if you don't want to use this pull down for the registered apps, you can just go down and see what piece of Xdata it's registered to. So that one's what's up, Doc? Rabbit. It's ASCII, and I'm not sure why this didn't clear out. There appears to be a count of other associative code, and I don't know if it's associated with rabbit or what. Let's go here. Well, rabbit does seem to have a lot, so and then it's listing it down here for the existing, and there was a way to change it that I failed to. Let's go into space tag. The space tag is more constructive in the sense that it actually corresponds to the pull downs over here. So you would set up those and then you'd write your space tag and it would come up with this string, comma delineated, and that would be that Xdata, and it would make sense in the database. So I think they're actually just this is the line number in the text file is what you see on the first 6, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first 7 characters will correspond to these pull down line numbers, and then it'll go to a handle. I'm not sure what the ON is. It'll go to an area. You can see the 0.05 perimeter. It's giving you the perimeter, the 0.89, the OW, not sure what that is, and the 43, not sure what that is. So this is an attempt to extract the Xdata and write it to the file. And I forget how the write went, how you wrote that out to a file. So that's about it on this one. I am curious whether I can actually edit something or attach something. I'm not even going to try. So that's how it works. Over screen right is the relational database that really is the engine for the facility management, the CAFM part of the operation. I think that's where you're able to keep track of best of the stuff you have. So the idea would be like all the doors of a certain size or manufacturer. You could set up a query, output that, load it up to the space tag, and attach it to those objects, those entities, doors, and then AutoCAD would give you the ability graphically to find those doors in the drawing file. And conversely, if you had windows of a certain manufacturer, you could find them in AutoCAD, let's say, and you could export that in a text file, bring it into your database and do it that way as well. So it was my initial foray into trying to manage property with all the various information that they have. And I'm, like I said, I'm sure they're well on their way to doing this in a better way. But it is a way to attach, you can attach Xdata to entities through the dialog box interface, kick it out into a text file, and import it into whatever, even a spreadsheet you can import it to. In fact, here is a spreadsheet right here. So here's a spreadsheet, and this probably came from AutoCAD, or, well, I'm not sure if this came from the database. I don't know if that information is in there. Maybe it did come from AutoCAD. But in any event, you can see the space ID is probably a unique identifier that is related to the database, and the rest of it is just tabular information in the database as well. For the space number, that's a bona fide space number. Every space in a building should have a unique number, and the floor area, perimeter, wall height, and the AutoCAD. Right here is your AutoCAD handle, specific to the entity. That's specific identifier to the property, apartment number, that type of thing. You could query maybe for exposures, northeast, west, south. So that's kind of how the whole shooting match set up. And I'm going to post it on the forum, I think. I'm going to give it a shot. And this is just a quick overview of what is going on here. So we'll get out of space tag. We'll see if that kicks back into. So it's telling me there's no AutoCAD, but AutoCAD is a registered entity. So it is going to a table in the drawing and finding all the registered entities down there. So there, mouse, there's space tag, there's rabbit, and Wimpy doesn't have anything. So I hope this is useful, and that's all, folks.